the time, I go to search with RADA, and it comes up with a prompt just like you would if you were using chat or any other AI search engine. And so I've prepared a few examples here. And one of the things I tried to do with these examples is to do some really rudimentary things just to show you how you can pretty much ask RADA anything related to BV, and you're going to get some kind of answer. So, I think it's important to know that you're not just using this tool for very specific, complicated business valuation issues. I mean, I was telling Adam that I typically, whenever I'm working on a valuation, no matter how simple or how difficult, I have RADA running in the background continuously. And then as I'm working through the valuation, sometimes, this profession is so subjective, and it relies on our professional judgment so much that, there's always those moments where you're second guessing yourself, or you want to verify the assumption you made or a decision you're trying to make. So anyway, the examples that I'm showing, I wanted to show you how wide the examples could be. So this first example that I'm going to give you is really kind of like not a BV question per se, but it's more of a technical issue on how you would do a certain calculation. So my first question is, I'm going to ask it, if I add a stub year to my DCF, can RADA please show me the Excel formula and how this is done, and please provide a detailed example. So we put that in here. And you can see this was not included in Adam's demonstration, but we can include case law. And obviously for this example, I'm not going to do that, but we could do that, which is very valuable. Again, if you're doing litigation, it's great to have, an example like that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the button there. That's a lot, right? So I think one of the examples or one of the things you can see right away that's a little bit different than when Adam was using it over deal stats is it gives you quite a bit of content, and you'll see that on any of these examples. And I don't know if we'll get through all the examples, but you can see as you go through here, one of the things I like about it is it gives you kind of a step-by-step of, first of all, it tells you, it basically says, it kind of recites exactly what you're wanting to do to clarify that. And then it comes through and it kind of walks you through exactly what you're trying to accomplish. And then it slowly gives you the formula. So like in this case, it's actually having you, and this is a little more complicated because I specifically said, we're asking for a DCF. So it's walking us through not only how to do the stub year, but it's also walking us through an example of the DCF, and it's giving us numeric numbers. But I asked for that. I said, give me a detailed example. So you could make this simpler if you want it. So anyway, we read through here, and you can see that, it ends up giving us how to create that, fractional year. And this is even a little different than what I've done in the past. This is an actual inquiry I made because I was working on a DCF where I had a stub year. I used to have a template for it. For whatever reason, I couldn't find it. And I think before I just kind of used the math. I didn't use this year fraction. So anyway, a couple things that I do in addition to this is, once I run this, and again, this is a lot of information, but once I run it, if I wanted to clarify something, obviously I can just keep asking, RADA to clarify things more and more. One of the things that I never do with any of this stuff, I never just cut and paste any of this information into a report. I really use it. I kind of think of, AI is changing our business quite a bit. And one of the things that I really think AI is useful for is helping us, not only facilitate our answers, but also to make us better thinkers.